another video with me, Richard's RCs. In today's video I am going to show you how to get your beadlocks on, and we're going to have a look at the Injora silicone inserts as well. I'm going to use these on my TRX4 that you can see at the top there, and I'm also going to use them on my FTX Fury that I have just acquired not long ago. The Fury does already have the inserts in there, but this one is just a very quick how-to, or how I do them anyway, to get these inserts and your tyres back on the beadlocks. This is a 2mm hex drive and some Fairy liquid. There is also other brands available, there isn't just Fairy liquid, but there you go. Now, I use the Fairy liquid on the tyres, and I'll just put a little bit on my fingers and I'll just run a small amount on the bead on the tyre there. And you'll find when you do it that way that that bead will just slide inside this recess on this ring. Okay, so what you want to do with these is you basically just want to scrumple these up a little bit, like so. Okay, get a pointier end and just put that inside the tyre, like that. And as soon as it's in, it pretty much conforms to the shape and it's done. I found that a lot easier than something than putting a foam in. Foams are a little bit more filly. They're not bad, but that is so much more easier. You've then got the inner ring. You just want to put that inside there, like that. Okay. Now, what I do, this is where the washing up liquid comes in handy. And all I'm going to do is I just put a very small amount on my finger, and I'll just rub that into my fingers and my thumb, and I'm going to just run it on the inside and the outside of the bead, like so. Same on that side. Okay. This is where stuff off your fingers. This is where you need to check the rotation. So both of these need to be the same rotation. This is one I've already done earlier. So that is going that way. Right. What I do is I'll just push this in the ring a little bit further back, like so. Okay. Take one half of your beadlock, put that in. Now with these, see there, all the mounting points are on there. Once that's in, find out where those holes are for your mounts, and then I'm going to push this ring this way from the back, and that is that on. You don't have to fiddle around trying to get the bead in. Just having a little bit of this washing up liquid, detergent, whatever you want to call it, makes your life so much easier trying to get these on. What I then do is take one of the bolts, and I'll just start to tighten that up. Once I feel it's starting to tighten, I'll stop, like that. So what I'll do now is I'm just going to put the rest of these in. I'll do it off camera because otherwise you're probably going to get bored. So I'll do it off camera, and then I'll show you the sort of pattern that I do to tighten these beadlocks up. So all the hardware's in the back there now. Now what you want to be doing with your hardware, sorry about the lighting, it's really cool. Try and move that so you can see a little bit better. With this hardware, you want to be sort of going in a crisscross pattern, and that's just going to pull that bead in. It's not going to pop anything out. That's the easiest way. Do it in a crisscross pattern. So how I do it is I'll just start with one. I'll do a couple of turns there, move down to this one, couple of turns on that one. And I'm going to go to here. And what you'll find is, as this goes down, these bolts are going to start sticking up. So you'll have to do more turns where you'll then start to feel it bite. I'll do a few there. And that's basically the idea, is just do it in crisscross patterns, like this. You see I'm obviously having to tighten that more because these bolts are sticking out now. We'll just quickly finish this. You'll start to feel that these will start to go tight. So that's tight now, that one's stopped. So what I'll then do, because this bead is pretty much down and it's in, seated, hasn't popped out anywhere, same as the back, hasn't popped out anywhere. All I'll do now is I'll just go around in a circle and I'll just nip these up. Don't over tighten these. If you do, you're either likely to strip a thread or strip the hex head, and yeah, you're not going to have any fun with that. You're going to end up having to drill these out, or use some other kind of tool to try and get them out, and you're just going to end up ruining your beadlocks. Especially something like these with these trill wheels. Obviously, they're not the cheapest wheels in the world. Yeah, just be careful what you're doing. You just need to give them just a little nip, no more than that. And that's the trill wheels done there. Now, what I will say with the trill wheels, trill, whatever you want to call them, these are much easier than some wheels. There's a lot less hardware putting them on compared to something like these. Now, these are from Injora. The hardware on the back is actually the same. There's not that many bolts. But when you buy these from Injora, you have to put every single one of these in, which takes quite a while. They're 1.5mm head as well. As I was saying earlier, you've got to be quite careful with stuff like that. So there we have it. Beadlocks done on. They haven't popped off anywhere on the front or the back. I personally find that's the easiest way to do this. Having a little bit of washed up liquid or detergent really helps just to get everything seated in there. You're not having to faff around and nothing's going to pop out. Trust me, I've done it myself. Not using the soapy liquid method. You end up dropping hardware all over the place, and let's just say there's many curse words that happen when you do it that way. So that's it from me for this one. Thanks for watching. If you have any other ideas, different ways that you do this, drop me a comment, let me know. I hope you find it helpful. If you have, give me a like. Thanks very much.